Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to the next installment in the countdown of the best fully upgraded cars in GTA Online. If this is the first video you've seen in this series, click the annotation below or the link in the description and everything will be explained in the intro video. Otherwise, let's continue from where we finished off last time. So in the previous video, the 101st placed car managed a lap time of 1 minute 20.305, and next up, just scraping into the top 100, is the Sand King XL, which managed a lap time of 1 minute 20.1, so 0.2 of a second managed to get it into that top 100, and this video is pretty much consistently going to be covered by off-road vehicles and SUVs. So if you don't like off-road vehicles and you don't like SUVs, you're not going to see anything different in this video. The Sand King XL is reasonably good, you know, I mean, it's 11th in off-road vehicles. It's got a lot of power to it, but not that great around the corners. So in 99th place, we have the Grizzly, a next SUV. This whole video really, I guess you could say, is kind of a bit of a boring one. You know, there's a lot of vehicles in here that are kind of, you know, 12th in SUVs, 10th in off-roads, 9th in off-roads, and 10th in SUVs. Kind of not really anything special to them. They're all pretty much the same in terms of how they feel and in terms of performance. A 1 minute 20.0 for the Grizzly, you know, nothing that great and nothing that's going to make you stand up and really think anything out of it. So in 98th place we have the Cavalcade with a 1 minute 20.0. 11th placed SUV. There are two versions of the Cavalcade, but both of them are exactly the same in terms of performance, so it doesn't matter whether you get the old one or the new one. You can get whichever one you want and they will give you the same lap time if you do choose to use them in a race, or they'll just give you the same performance as you run around free roam with them or whatever you want to do with it. So in 97th place we have another SUV with the FQ2. Now this managed a lap time of 1 minute 19.6, so 0.4 of a second quicker than the Cavalcade. 10th place in SUVs. The FQ2 doesn't really have that great in terms of brakes. It's quite nice to drive, I would say, in terms of getting it around the corners, but you do have to be wary of the braking zones because you have to brake a lot earlier than you would with other SUVs. So in 96th place we have another off-road vehicle with the Kalahari. The Kalahari isn't too bad, you know, it's 10th in off-roads. It doesn't really have a lot going for it with a 119.5. It's pretty much, you know, in this mix of a lot of SUVs with the similar sort of pace. It's not too bad. It's mainly good with acceleration, but it certainly lacks with top speed, and getting it around the corners as well isn't the easiest thing in the world. So yeah, it's got good acceleration, but that's about it for the Kalahari. And then in 95th place with the Habanero, another SUV. Again, this is all just SUVs and off-road vehicles in this video. So with a 119.1, it does actually gain a lot over the Kalahari, which was just beat it. 9th place in SUVs. Again, there's not really anything that special with the Habanero. It would be good to have all of these vehicles that are in this video all in the same class so that you could only race these vehicles, but none of them are going to be worthy to use in a racing situation against the top cars in their classes. So, 94th place, the Karin Rebel with a 119.1, again not that great, not that much better than the Habanero. 9th place in off-roads. Now there are two versions of the Rebel. You can get the rusty version, which you're seeing here, or the clean version. Both of them again are exactly the same in terms of performance. It doesn't matter which one you get. The rusty one does have some more cosmetic upgrades, but in terms of performance upgrades, both of them will give you the same lap time. So in 93rd place we have the Dubster. Now the Dubster is an SUV. Don't get it confused with the Dubster 6x6, which is in off-roads. So the Dubster, this is the original Dubster, 1 minute 18.9, so the first to break that 1 minute 19 barrier. The 8th placed SUV vehicle, and yeah, again, nothing that special. It is beaten, obviously, because we haven't seen by the Dubster 6x6 so far. It is beaten by its six-wheeled cousin, and that just shows you how slow it is, I guess. In 92nd place we have our final vehicle that you can't actually upgrade, and that is the Liberator. The Liberator gets a 1 minute 18.4. Obviously you can use this in off-road vehicles if you enable it in the content creator. It's the 8th best off-road vehicle in the game. It does have incredible acceleration, but it does lack in terms of actually getting it around the corners and braking and things like that, just generally what you would probably want for a race. But, you know, it is our last vehicle. It is our highest placed vehicle that can't be modified. So in 91st place, and to finish off this video, we have the Landstalker. The Landstalker gets a 1 minute 18.4. It's our 7th best SUV, and you know, it's a pretty boring vehicle really, in my opinion. You know, there's not a lot to the Landstalker. There's not very many upgrades available to it. You can use it in a race if you want, but yeah, it's not going to do anything special for you. It's claim to fame is probably finishing off this video in 91st place, and that's probably the best it'll get for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Let me know what you think will be in the next video. Which cars do you think will be from 90th place all the way to 81st, and we'll find out what those will be tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new to the channel and you want to be notified of the future videos in this series. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.